Episode 25, Fields of Summer. June, 1994. Summer settles heavily over Tässi. The days grow long, hot and dry. Fields shimmer beneath the afternoon sun, and dust follows every machine moving across the roads. Harvest work begins once again. Straw bales slowly fill the yards and storage areas around the Kingsepp farm. And with another winter always waiting somewhere ahead, Peeter makes a practical decision. Loose straw will be used as bedding from now on. To support the growing operation, another straw barn is raised beside the Meggie fields. Simple, functional, built quickly before the next storms and snow eventually return. One afternoon, while visiting the village store, Peeter unexpectedly runs into Tuma's Ilves. Between ordinary conversation and everyday talk, Peeter mentions something he recently learned from his agrology studies. Lime. Healthier soil, better yields. Tumas listens carefully, thanking his neighbour for the advice before promising to look into it himself. Little by little, the farmers of Tässi continue learning from one another. But elsewhere on the farm, another conversation carries far greater meaning. One quiet morning, Waltteri invites Peeter for coffee, and finally, he explains the flowers. Not simply decoration, not a passing hobby, an idea, a possibility. A chance to expand the farm into flower production, something different, something beautiful, and perhaps surprisingly profitable. Waltteri speaks not only about growing flowers, but about greenhouses, exports, arrangements, and demand beyond Estonia itself. Peeter listens carefully, part amused, part uncertain. Yet somewhere beneath the skepticism, he can already see the spark in his father's eyes, and that alone makes the idea difficult to dismiss. Later, working alone in the fields beneath the summer heat, Peeter's thoughts drift elsewhere, to Lisa's Meggie, to how much her life has changed. The lonely widow who once faced an uncertain future now has work, purpose, income, and security. For the first time in years, her future appears stable. And deep down, Peeter knows something else too. His mother would have approved. At the farm, life continues to expand. The calves are introduced to outdoor life for the first time as Peeter and Arvo build fenced grazing areas to help them adapt to the summer weather. Inside the barn, the heat has become almost unbearable. And near Waltteri's house, another new resident arrives, a border collie named Kramer. Quick-eyed, restless, intelligent. Almost immediately, the dog begins following Waltteri everywhere. But beyond the warmth and routine, one major uncertainty still hangs over the farm. The peat fields. The summer heat and dry weather may finally allow proper extraction to begin. And everyone understands the truth now. This is the moment. Either the gamble succeeds, or it never will. July 1st, 1994. The summer of possibilities begins.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, pretty lousy weather. We got hit with the hailstorm here. And July 1st. So, I think this is the doomsday for those peat adventures. But the yeah, we haven't gotten any change on the texture here. So if the peat is here, it is under this. We need to try and figure it out. But money has gone somewhat up. We are pretty stable on that 300,000 because, yeah, costs are going all the time because, as you can see, we got another shed for the firewood because I did a mistake. These will not hold 100 pallets, and they will hold 50. So this is full. We got 50 bags in here and some here. So, but I think I'm gonna stick with 50 on for the winter on that guy, on that charcoal. So, yeah, and when these are full, we're gonna just sell them. Sell the stuff out. But don't care what the price is. And also, I have been starting collecting for the winter time products from the greenhouses. Get the and orchards. Get them to cool, do that cooling chamber and frozen. The raw materials that we're using, we're gonna froze. But yeah, let's take a look at the map a little bit. What has been going on here? So field 13 was this guy, and I got straw bales out of that. Was which was barley field, yeah. So that was 25 bales from this. So we're pretty good on that, and I think I can sell that stuff away. And as you can see, the main harvest season, that is going on because we got a lot of workers here going, but everything is now obviously stopped because of the hailstorm. It started about half an hour ago and will last at least until 10 o'clock. So Tams are contracting the Fatzer's fields, yeah, and also Ilves Brothers are doing theirs, old harvest. And then there's canola. We have canola fields here to harvest, so these need to be done. And yeah, as you can see, peat field is now ready to go, and our oat field is ready next month. Yeah, and I've been processing these fields for off camera and everything, mulching and fertilizing and things like that. God damn, I need to do something with these my logs here. Yeah, I'll be gathering them here. Haven't care less about that load, but I think that needs to go. But the one thing is in the future, because eventually we are gonna run out of chicken space. They are now, multiplying like crazy. We got something like 600 chickens here. So after this summer, we probably have this 2,000 chicken coop full. So I'm thinking of a project for the winter and autumn that probably will start using this land here, this field, and put eventually a couple of those more. Because those, I'm not happy with them. We need more eggs. They are coming really slow. And then on the winter time, I think I will, because this land here is, everything is ours until all the way here. So this would be, when I do put the road here, this would be pretty good. Knock down these trees and get a lot of money, and hopefully we could expand our peat thing and buy that area, because it's in sell still. So yeah, that would be awesome. And I think this could be really good, you know, probably grassland and things like that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Maybe peat or grassland. I don't know. But or what do we need? What? Okay. No, it's got a little break on that. Yeah, so thumbs up contract to that, and I also discussed with the Ilves brothers Thomas about the what I studied about the lime. So they also have limed their fields now. He took my advice and limed their fields, which is pretty nice, and they're getting much better yield in the future. They limed this field 9 here, I think so. Yeah, let's take the mulching off. Yeah, that is limed, and this needs to be limed, and probably all of their fields. I don't know, but we'll see about that. And but anyway, this is a little bit, you know, what's going on, but I'll probably go and have a little bit more breakfast. Oh, damn these people. Yeah, and by the way, we got a dog here now, finally. Kramer is his name. Yeah, it's a telehandler, and also from the series Seinfeld. So that's Kramer, pretty awesome. Yeah, and these guys, these are, I purchased these, one more to the Mackey's field, so these are full of loose straw. I think that because it's so easy to, you know, fill up with the loose straw and with our loading wagon, so I am thinking probably on this field here, I am thinking that when this is ready, I probably will, because we got so much of that material for those sheds, you know, old metal sheets for the roof, and the logs we have on my, yeah, from there, from that way, we got a lot, so we could put one here also for, and fill it up with loose straw, and then make rest of them bales. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome idea. Yeah, but anyway, I will see you a little bit later when this thing goes through, and yeah, we will after that, or yeah, I will get organized for the canola harvest on the Maggie's field, and yeah, Ilves brothers need desperately canola because they ran out. I will see you later. Okay, so it took a little bit longer than 10 o'clock, but I really do like this orchard mod by Mr. Hector. Look at these apples, these are decent, you know, 3D. And when those guys are running down of manure and fertilizer and things like that, I'm gonna change those, but I probably will keep that. I don't know yet, but this is really cool, nice looking. These stages, as you can see here, we got pears, then we have these peaches. Oh, this is pear still. Peaches are a little bit more ready, and I just, yeah, it would be really cool that the you know, the yield would come as a really big batch, so not dropping, you know, like all the time, but just come with a big patch like that. And these were green also at some point. So now that we are obviously in winter, summer, sorry, so we get those ripe. What is it? What's the word? I don't know. But anyway, Mercedes it is. We are going with this. And Arvo is also already on the field. Hopefully he's not full yet, no. Yeah, and yeah, also we do have this grass field to do on this month. That is ready to go. But I am thinking on that also one project, because we are also going to, when we have a new calves, we are gonna run. Oh, god damn that! These, I don't know how to. No, okay. This is really a little bit wonky, this trailer. Yeah, new calves and cows are coming all the time, so I think we're gonna run out of space at some point. And there is one purchase that I made. So it's good to have these calves, you know, have a little bit fresh air and get used to the outdoors. So I bought these. These were like 1,500 a pop. So I got three of these, and these guys are doing pretty good. Yeah, for the summer they can be here. But yeah, plans for another barn for the winter. I'm not sure what kind of what should it have, but I think I'm gonna, if I start a forestry project on that area that I showed, this will going to run out soon, so this will, I will get this cleared. And these trees here, this would be really good area for. Look at that, we could put a pasture here maybe, and the barn somewhere here, so we could get a little bit more space and more head count. Yeah, that would be really cool. And yeah, what else? Let me see here. Yeah, the I also got a new bale trailer. It's kind of a bigger one, and it's from old truck trailer or lorry trailer, so it works just fine for us. That old one had a strange collision, and there's a couple of mods that have that kind of a thing from that road kit, but I don't know what's going on with those, but you know, they don't work all the time. And oh yeah, Maggie got new clothes done. We sold couple of pallets, 20,000, and we got 10 of that, so that was pretty good. And yeah, the barley harvest I got from those two fields. So I got from our field I got 61,000 liters, and from Maggie's field 75. But then I decided to buy that Maggie's yield, part of the yield, the half. So it was like 8,000 or something like that. She said that she don't want any money of that, but I couldn't do that. So we agreed that I pay her the lowest price that is going. So maybe we will go here a bit further, so Arpa can turn there. Yeah, so that was it. But yeah, the barley has already been used quite a lot, because we didn't have any other grain, so we needed to make seeds out of that for the orchard. So that was pretty not a good thing. And yeah, because I would really like to use that for chicken feed, but I think we are pretty good for the winter, because we have still 58,000 liters on the chicken barn silo, and then we have here 45 in reserve, so I think we're golden still. Yeah, and oats is coming for the seeds. quite a bit, so that's no problem. This will go just fine. And also there was this one one mod that I got rid of. It was the what is it called? PS, the fertilizer spreader. My buddy Farmer T has also already same problems that I have with that darn thing. So I got it emptied finally, finally, because you can't unload it from it. And yeah, so I got it emptied and finally got rid of it. And we bought that 5,000 liter little bit. Oh my God, it went good, but I was not ready that it will move. Yeah, so we got a little bit better and working spreader now. That is only a good thing also. Okay, so what else do I have on my list here? Yeah, the roadside I have been selling there a little bit, so 75,000 has been coming from there. So we kind of stayed balanced on our bank account, so that was pretty good. And the new worker Maria is doing great job. That there's no issue. She's helping on the fields also, but yeah, that's pretty good thing. But yeah, we can manage. Some days we can manage, you know, with only one tractor and trailer following that harvester. But after the harvest goes forward, then we need help for, you know, mulching the fields and liming and things like that. So that is good to have a couple of extra hands on site. Yeah. And one thing is I'm gonna get, by the way, I will show you how I will get rid of this. Where are we? Lost my bearings. Here. Rid of this little dairy thing here, because this makes those small boxes and the game counts them as one pallet. So I have been having a too many pallets issue going on, so this is now selling straight away. So yeah, so we can get that sorted and get those a little bit more of those pallets. Yeah, but yeah, I think we will continue this harvest. Just a basic thing, you know, and when these fields are done, I'll bring you back. We go to the store and get some peat equipment, and that is awesome thing. And yeah, one thing was I was talking to Jan Tom, so because they owe us still quite a lot of money, 235,000 they owe us from the wood. So we are deducting some you know, machinery that we need are gonna, or we are buying. So we are deducting them after the season is over, so make the papers, because we have now the Volvo wheel loader handling the compost, and now we need the peat equipment. But we will do the paperwork when everything is a little bit more quiet. Yeah, and that's a good thing. I trust them and they trust me, so no issues on that area. And yeah, but I will see you and bring you back a little bit later when we are in a good place with this harvest and gonna get that peat equipment. Okie dokie, welcome back. We have duals under the tractor, and let's go get those peat equipment. Actually, we need to buy that one tool at least. No, we need to buy 2 of those. Yeah, but that's no problem. So, Mäki harvest, that is done. A little bit under the 50,000 liters, like 48,000 came out of that, and that is on the Ilves oil mill now and in their silo. And yeah, there goes TX62, was it? So Tams have been contracting these Fatser oat fields. They are done, and I think Ilves brothers are finishing their oat harvest and continuing tomorrow with wheat. But first we will take this guy first, and yeah, this is belongs still to Tams, but yeah, it will, you know, we'll make the papers later. So this is the drying thing, and we do need to dry it because the price is not the same as it used to be before the map update. If we take a look here, yeah, let's take a look like only the peat. So 69, and on the new extension 167. Yeah, so that is not the same price as it used to be. It was thousands. Yeah, but anyway, I'll get organized to the you know, peat field, and we will check it out. Does it work? Okay, I will see you just a bit. All right. So this is pretty wide, and it cannot be folded. I don't know why. It kind of looks like there. I don't know. No, it's not. I don't know. But it can't be folded, so it takes a whole road. But it's called milling machine, peat milling machine. So that is it. Not the extractor. Or what did I say earlier? But now it's pretty exciting. Let's see. What does this do? Oh my god, please work. And I think we should just take the help window open. Oh no, not that one. Here, I still have the save thing on because, yeah, issues. Let's see now. No, not that. All right. So it needs to be turned on. But we have a, yeah, it has a PTO. Okay, but it has the oh, it has hydraulics on there, on the because of the tires. Okay. So like that, and then just turn on. And nothing else there is. Yeah. Come on. Yes. Oh my god. Yes. That is pretty sweet. And oh yeah. Great stuff. And the yield bonus is 100. What does it show here? Look at that. Harvest and the fertilized 50%. It's like grass. So I think the I think the you know, fertilizing works and all the mulching and things, because it kind of looks like it gives a lot. How about the worker, the lines, you know? Yeah, I think it works, but hang on, let's turn this off. At some point I noticed that it didn't work, the lines with these guys. I mean, I think it was FS22. But obviously the worker didn't work, but obviously we didn't have lines. But let's see, maybe if I do, if the fields are made yourself, I don't know, we'll see maybe later. But this is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic thing. Let's put the worker there, and we're gonna get a little bit more equipment, but we need the tonu. Alright, tonu is going. So what I will do, I am going to go still back to the no, not yet, because does it work? I think I will do it by myself still, but I think it works, maybe. But why did it go there? Oh my god! Don't! What the hell? It doesn't work. Okay, I'll do it by myself. Yeah, but this is great news. So we will leave this drying here, because it's now, you know, wet peat. So we're gonna leave this drying here, and yeah, tomorrow we'll turn it over and collect it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
The risk pays off. The peat fields finally begin producing, and not just modestly. Massive piles of high-quality peat begin rising from the drying fields, confirming months of work, uncertainty, and investment. For Peeter, the excitement is impossible to hide. If conditions hold, the first real profits could begin arriving already by August. At the same time, Waltteri reveals another surprise. An educational and study trip to the Netherlands has been organized, focused entirely on flower production and greenhouse cultivation. Waltteri wants to go for an entire month, but Peeter agrees only under one condition. Arvo must travel with him. There is no chance he will allow the old man to travel alone. Meanwhile, harvest season continues relentlessly across Tässi. Everyone works long days beneath the summer heat. While Peeter watches the skies constantly, hoping the weather remains dry enough for the peat operation to continue. And even before summer is over, preparations for winter quietly begin again. Because when Waltteri and Arvo leave for the Netherlands in August, much of the responsibility will fall onto Tonu and Marja. And the work, as always, will continue. Episode 26 is coming. Join us and subscribe to get notified.